Have you ever heard of a woman so powerful that an entire government considered her a threat? A woman whose image became a global symbol of resistance, whose mind challenged the very foundations of power and injustice. This is the story of Angela Davis. It's not just a history lesson. It's a story about turning fear into fuel and oppression into a revolution. She was born in 1944 in Birmingham, Alabama, a city so deeply segregated it was known as Bombingham, due to the frequent attacks on black homes and churches by white supremacists. Imagine growing up in a neighborhood called Dynamite Hill. For Angela, the reality of racial violence wasn't something she read in a book. It was the air she breathed. Her mother was a national officer for the Southern Negro Youth Congress, and their home was a frequent meeting place for civil rights activists. From her earliest days, Angela was surrounded by people who dared to imagine a different world, a world free from the chains of segregation. This early exposure to activism ignited a fire in her. She wasn't just a passive observer, she was a brilliant student. She earned a scholarship to a progressive high school in New York City, where her intellectual world exploded. She was introduced to socialism and communism, ideas that offered a framework for understanding the systemic nature of the oppression she had witnessed her whole life. It wasn't just about individual prejudice. It was about a system designed to keep people down. Her quest for knowledge took her across the world. She studied philosophy in France and Germany, immersing herself in the works of great thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Herbert Marcuse. But she was never just an academic, locked away in an ivory tower. The struggles back home were always on her mind. While in Europe, she saw the news of the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing in her hometown of Birmingham, a horrific act that killed 4 young black girls, 2 of whom she knew personally. That moment was a turning point. She realized her fight wasn't just intellectual, it had to be on the front lines. Returning to the United States, she became a professor of philosophy at the University of California, Los Angeles, UC. But her political affiliations with the Communist Party and her outspoken support for the Black Panther Party soon put a target on her back. The governor of California at the time, a man named Ronald Reagan, led a campaign to have her fired. He and the university regents saw her as a dangerous radical, a threat to the status quo. They succeeded in firing her, not once, but twice. The message was clear: your voice is not welcome here. But did that silence her? Not for a second. In fact, it only made her voice louder. Students and faculty rallied around her, protesting the decision and defending her right to academic freedom. Angela Davis was quickly becoming more than just a professor. She was a symbol of the fight for free speech and political liberation. But things were about to escalate dramatically. In August 1970, an armed attempt to free the Soledad brothers, 3 black inmates, from a Marin County courthouse ended in tragedy. The weapons used in the attempt were registered in Angela Davis's name. Though she wasn't present at the event, a warrant was issued for her arrest on charges of kidnapping and murder. Overnight, her life was turned upside down. Knowing she wouldn't receive a fair trial, Angela Davis went underground. She became a fugitive. The FBI, under the notorious J. Edgar Hoover, placed her on its 10 most wanted fugitives list. For 2 months, she was one of the most hunted women in America. Her face, framed by her iconic afro, was plastered everywhere. She became an almost mythical figure, a symbol of defiance against an all-powerful state. The nationwide manhunt ended in October 1970 when she was captured in New York City. The image of her arrest was broadcast around the world. To the authorities, she was a dangerous criminal. But to millions of people across the globe, she was a political prisoner. A massive international Free Angela Davis campaign was born, from the United States to Europe, Africa, and the Soviet Union. People from all walks of life organized rallies, wrote songs, and demanded her release. It was a testament to how her struggle had resonated with a global desire for justice. The slogan "Free Angela" became a rallying cry for a generation. Angela spent 16 months in jail awaiting trial. During this time, she didn't just wait. She wrote, she organized, and she continued to speak out from behind bars. Her letters and essays from prison became essential readings for activists, connecting the fight for Black liberation with the struggle against the prison industrial complex, a term she helped popularize. She argued that the prison system wasn't about rehabilitation, but about controlling marginalized populations. Finally, in 1972, her trial began. The prosecution painted her as a love-struck conspirator, driven by passion to commit a crime. But her defense team, and Angela herself, argued that this was a political trial, an attempt by the government to silence a powerful Black, female, communist voice. The world watched as this brilliant philosopher defended her life and her principles. After a tense 13-hour deliberation, the all-white jury returned a verdict, not guilty on all charges. The courtroom erupted. Outside, crowds celebrated. Angela Davis walked free, not just as an individual, but as a victory for a global movement. She had faced down the full power of the US government and won. She proved that the people, when united, could challenge even the most formidable systems of power. But her story doesn't end there. For Angela Davis, freedom meant continuing the fight. She has spent the last 5 decades as a tireless activist, scholar, and author. She has traveled the world, speaking out against racism, sexism, and economic inequality. She has been a leading voice in the movement for prison abolition, urging us to imagine a world without cages. A world where we address social problems with resources like education, healthcare, and housing, not with punishment and incarceration. Her ideas, once considered radical, are now at the center of mainstream conversations about justice and equality. She has taught us that true freedom isn't just about being released from physical chains, but about dismantling the systems that create those chains in the first place. Angela Davis's life is a powerful lesson in resilience. She was hunted, imprisoned, and silenced, but she was never broken. She took the fear that was meant to destroy her and turned it into power. She took the image of a fugitive and turned it into an icon of liberation. Her story is a reminder that one person armed with courage, intellect, and an unwavering commitment to justice can indeed change the world. She challenged an entire system and in doing so inspired millions to do the same. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through the incredible life of Angela Davis. If her story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content that explores the people and ideas that shape our world. Don't forget to share this video and let us know in the comments what you find most inspiring about Angela Davis's legacy. Until next time, stay curious and keep fighting for a better world.